Okay, so I finally feel like I'm at a point where I feel confident in sharing my build. The build is now at a state where I can clear Simulacrum. I've managed to clear 1, 2, and 3 with it so far. And I'm on the 4th one. I mean, I started yesterday, so I can't really complain. There are still a lot of things we can improve. A lot of room for growth, basically. The whole build revolves around Original Sin, turning all your elemental damage into chaos damage, and then stacking and scaling that chaos damage. I wanted to do this build because I felt like there was no other... I have not seen anyone play Chayula with a quarterstaff slash melee doing a poison build. I've only seen people doing the bow builds, and I'm not. I don't want to play ranged. I want to play melee. I want to get in there. I want to fight. That's the kind of way I want to approach the game in its current state. Because to me it's more interesting. My gear and the skills I'm running and so on, everything will be in the max roll guide, or rather I did a path of building, so I can upload. I'll upload and share the max roll tree that I have, all the items I'm running. I also want to say that yes, I think I haven't tried running it in like with like bad gear in a sense. I'm not sure how you can get here. I think it should be possible. I don't think you need this good gear to actually, clear breaches and farm and make a good farm build and so on. You might need to get some more stuff though if you want to clear T4 T4 breach boss like Xesht, or T4 Simulacrum, because I have not even cleared that yet with this build. I started yesterday and I got to T3. But all other content so far has been rather easy with the build, so I'm very happy with it. So enjoy.
The amount of rares we have in this map is pretty insane. The amount of mobs are it's hard to see, I guess, because of the fold. Even I have a hard time seeing all of it as well. I have all this corruption as well, spawning extra little mobs. Oh. This is the thing, right? Like, the poison is more... Like, the more stuff we have go, like, the better it is, right? That's what's so powerful. Like, the more things, the more poison.
Jag har ett sjuk damage output på den här ändå alltså. Ja, vad snyggt.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
Oj. Ja. Men vad fan är det här? Så...
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
For the monastery.
Okay, so I wanted to make one section about some considerations, changes you can make perhaps in order to play it more the way you want it to, or maybe improvements that I thought about and that I haven't had the time to test properly, or yeah, I basically haven't had the time or the resources, or you know, wanting to sacrifice certain things for other things, because that's what this game is about. You sacrifice one thing and then you gain another, and it's that balance that we're trying to find. And for me, it became apparent that, you know, you had to sacrifice some damage to get some defense in. So with that in mind, I have some considerations that might be interesting for you to try, and maybe that you can run with whatever build you're using. And first of all, I want to say that this build, which is also says in the description and in the that we're not running any charges. I think it's one of the few builds that I've seen, monk builds, that are actually not running, you know, using power charges at all. The reason for this is that it takes up a lot of skill gems. It also takes some points from the tree that maybe we want to put somewhere else, and so on. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna try and make a build, a monk build without charges, because yeah, I feel like it's a hassle to keep up with this charge generation and so on. So I wanted to try and see how it worked out, and to my experience, it worked out pretty well. So surely maybe there's a way to incorporate those and get a lot of more damage, but I don't need that damage against packs or minions. And it might be a huge bonus when we're doing boss fights, but generally when we're doing boss fights, we have a hard time generating charges anyway. So yeah, there is a possibility you can run maybe combat. You have to run combat frenzy, and then you have to get resonance in the tree, and then you can run pin and lockdown perhaps. That's one way to do it. You can do that, then you can generate this with, for example, Shattering Palm. You can put these on Shattering Palm instead, and you know, use Shattering Palm to generate that. I have just put full stun on it now because I want it to stun as often as possible, so we can get the projectiles out for additional clear. But I'm gonna try it the other way as well. But then I have to sacrifice something because we need more spirit. Another thing that might be worthwhile to consider or try is to use Storm Wave instead of Windblast. What we do sacrifice then is Mana Leech, and we sacrifice defensives or crowd control. This one has a lot of knockback. It has a bigger area without having to put magnification on it. So that's one thing that you can do. It will, of course, make the poison stronger because it hits harder. But yeah, I think it might work. I'm gonna try it myself as well. Another thing I did run was Herald of Ash combined with Herald of Plague when I had an amulet that gave me more spirit. What that did was it allowed me to clear even faster, almost at a ridiculous pace. It was pretty nice, but I did run into a lot of graphical issues and glitches. I'm not sure if those are fixed now, or if it was an issue on my side with my shaders. So I'm gonna try it again as well. But just for you to keep in mind that you can actually run Herald of Ash as well. Herald of Ash is Ignite, so it won't benefit from the chaos damage, but it will benefit if you have any jewels and other things that increase your ailment damage. But one thing that you can run, I also have another interesting build coming up with the other ring called Black Flame, the Black Flame ring. I'm gonna try and see if I can make a build around Ignite instead, so like a chaos Ignite build. That's what I'm gonna do next. Another thing that I want to add is these gloves they're okay. They're pretty good for clearing as well. But I didn't find them better than Hand of Wisdom, because this one just hits so hard and gives us so much damage for doing nothing that I find that it's a little bit irresponsible not to use them, or yeah, I think they will get nerfed, so it's good to have some other options. One of those options could be perhaps also Killjoy, the new version. This is the other version, but there is a new version as well, which doesn't look this way. It has also crit damage on them. I thought I had those. Maybe I did not. Either way, they had crit damage. They have crit damage on them now. They're much better. You can get up to 30% crit damage on them as well. So that will negate a lot of the damage loss, actually, because 30% is a huge damage boost. And on kill effects happen twice. So I think that would apply to Herald of Plague as well. That you will spread it twice. But I'm gonna try that more, how that works. I know it does work with certain other effects like Herald of Ash. That's an explosion, and that should work. That should work to apply that twice. Amulet. One thing that I want to put on, also add that I'm running Hand of Chayula instead of Herald of Plague on bosses, because Herald of Plague does nothing on a boss. I mean, none of the Herald skills do anything on a boss. But Hand of Chayula is very good to apply all of these marks, all of these curses, and then Sniper's Mark. The most important one is Despair for us, so we get a lot more damage output from that. And amulet-wise, you can run a more defensive amulet, which allocates, for example, Dampening Shield. It's very good, especially in Simulacrum and so on. Because Dampening Shield will give us stun threshold, which is one of the big problems when you're running Simulacrum. I'm currently trying this one out to get Doomsayer. It will make the poison spread further, so the radius from one creep to another is it can spread further. And this one also has some other benefits, like some resistance that I need. This is also a possibility. So these were some of the possibilities that I had to talk about as well. No, actually, I have one more thing that I want to mention, and this jewel is huge, and it's rather cheap. It gives me 4% extra damage as chaos damage on every notable that I have put in here. So it's here it's 6 notables, so that's 24% damage of the damage I already do as extra chaos damage, and then you add all the scaling on top of that. It's a huge boost. This jewel itself gives me around 40,000-50,000 damage. So I highly recommend getting one of these jewels. They are rather cheap now, so I would get it. And yeah, other than that, you can see everything else in the build guide, or I mean in the max roll guide. Yeah, so that's everything for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.